go, everybody. This should be a beauty.
Kev, you can feel the excitement in this building. Number one, when it's a cross-conference rival, you know you only get to see this twice per year. And the rivalry is what makes this so much fun.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
First team foul.
Despite the fact that LeBron James is now in the league for over 2 decades, he continues to dominate.
Now here's Johnson. Here he goes. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Hakeem Olajuwon grabs the rebound. Butler with the steal. To the paint. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Count that one.
And just look at the grace, the agility, versatility that Jabbar brings to the center position. Can beat you in so many ways.
It's tipped. It's taken away by Payton. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. We're about 1 minute into the first. James outside. And LeBron throws it down hard.
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
That bucket in no time at all.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rebound.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Basket good.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by James. High post, Johnson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Tim Duncan picks one up. Houston shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And that one falls for Johnson. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Outside, Abdul-Jabbar. Back to LeBron. The 3. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Kicks it out to James. And the dunk by LeBron.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Johnson. Kicks it out to Garnett. It's hauled in by Duncan.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
The 3. Can't hit that one. And so here is Houston. They trail by 1. And the basket by Johnson.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Pass to LeBron. On the wing, Payton. And it's off from three-point range. Garnett outside. A minute 42 left here in the opening quarter. And that one drops for him.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
It's good. LeBron's got 9.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
That one drops for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to LeBron. Out to Payton. And here's Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Payton. A three-pointer off the mark. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 14-6 run. Goes up at the stripe. And the rebound goes to Duncan. James looking around. Duncan high post. Over Garnett. It's rebounded by Houston.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Now here's Payton. Banked in off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
For 3, Edwards. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Houston on top. They lead by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Hill with it. Outside, KD. It's back to Hill. Up and in on the layup. Hill's got his first basket of the night.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense. Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
Here's Curry. It's sent back by Howard. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Hardaway with the drive. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Curry deciding where to go with it. Curry! What else is new?
Ideally, you want to chase Stephen Curry off the three-point line, but folks, it is not as easy as you might think.
Outside Hardaway. It's stolen by Curry. Drops in the breakaway layup. Curry's got 5. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Now Hardaway. Hill up top. 6 to shoot. Here's Worthy. Rebound by Joel Embiid. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Houston. They'll take on the Thunder at Paycom Center after this one. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Hardaway with the steal. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Hardaway. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
And Brown throws it down.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
Deciding to change it up. Here's Jones. It's a 5-point game. Over to the left wing. Morant left side. Over Johnson. And it's Morant missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Kicks it out to Johnson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Oh, Katy buries the 3.
Boy, no hesitation right there. You see Kevin Durant assertive on the offensive end.
Pass to Wembanyama. Leonard with no one around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Hardaway for 3. Hakeem Olajuwon grabs the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Jones, no luck.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Wembanyama.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
And here is Hardaway. Takes a three. He can't get that one to fall. Rockets on offense. They're on a 16-5 run. Yep, that one goes in there.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside, Jones. Off target with his three.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And everybody out of the way. I mean, clear the lane. We've got some rims to rattle.
What a sensational play. To get to the rack for the slam. And so we wrap up the first half. Rockets ahead. They finish off the second quarter on a 20-7 run. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And the Rockets with possession here. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Here's Leonard. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. So, Doris, when you look at the whole package, is Durant a one-of-a-kind player in your opinion?
Well, we certainly have guys with that size, but this is a player who can literally play every single position on the floor. The size, 7 foot. The ball skills, the shooting, the playmaking, the decision-making. I am not sure we will ever see another Durantula, the great one, Kevin Durant.
Here's Johnson. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
It's Edwards on the wing. And the rejection by Abdul-Jabbar.
And beyond the obvious physical skills, Kareem just has a great understanding for the game. Times his move perfectly to get that shot.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
LeBron James. 2 shots.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
Here's Olajuwon. Tim Duncan grabs the miss.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Pass to Payton. Kicks it out to James. 5 to shoot. Over Johnson. And that one comes up a bit short. Houston leading by 5. Garnett outside. To the middle. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo converts inside.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And they double up Payton. James right side. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Rockets. Giannis dunks it down.
Just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing that near 7-foot frame.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How has he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Outside, Payton. Pass to Jones. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Lobbed up there for Edwards. Now here's Embiid. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. And now an 11-point Rocket lead.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Hill drives in, and he banks in the layup. Hill's got 6.
That quick first step that Hill has is just part of what makes him so special. No one's going to get in his way once he's on the move. And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Houston making a switch. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little over 3.5 minutes gone by. Now, here's Payton. Duncan right side. Shoots over Curry. That misses off the backboard. Houston leading by 9. Down low, Garnett. Lets the 3 fly. Cans it from downtown. 5 points in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
There's so little ego in Giannis's game. It's not about him out there. He wants to make the game easier for his teammates.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, guys, last season, a full 14 teams finished with between 46 and 51 wins. With plenty of teams in the picture. Adam Silver is thrilled with the level of competition. He says, I think what fans ultimately want is to see great competition across the league. Kevin, it's certainly fun to watch.
It is, David. Bring it on, I say. The more, the better. No one near Curry as he lets it go. No good with the elbow jumper. Jones, no luck. Houston leading by 12. Edwards with it. And Abdul-Jabbar picks him up defensively. Edwards' shot is good.
Boy, Edwards so good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
Inside, here's Payton. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Payton's got 6.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Curry with the 3. Drills it from outside. And the Rockets lead by 15.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Grant Hill on the wing. He has 6. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. To the inside. Good. He's got 8.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And so it's Houston out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. Morant with it. And the foul on Rose. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's the visitors now. 17-point game. Pass to Morant. The Rockets pull it in. Now Rose. A crossover. Worthy with the rebound. And here's the break. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Dwight Howard has made a living off of dunks. My goodness.
On its way from Rose for 2. The quick look, no good that time.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Rose scanning the floor. Morant with some nice D. No one near him. And it comes off the front of the rim. Houston leading by 12. Here's Giannis. Rebounded by Howard. James in the high post. Morant outside. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Jones. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Outside Rose. And he makes that one. Rose has got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, what a warrior Derrick Rose is. This guy gets buckets through contact out there. So tough.
Morant outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Ball's knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant.
Substitution on the court.
Houston leading by 14. Outside Curry. Out to Barkley. From outside, off the mark. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Right side Durant. Back to James. Pass to Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Butler from outside. Wembanyama with the rebound. And here's Curry who brings it up for Houston. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. It's good.
Well, Steph Curry, one of the most dynamic ball handlers in the game. He has more moves than you can count.
Durant for 3. KD on the wing. Durant uses his size in close.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
And they should just stay with what they've been doing.
Pass to Wembanyama. Left side Curry.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Buries it down low.
You see the quickness of Stephen Curry, keeping defenders off balance even in the painted area.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. On the way up top, jacks up a three. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Curry with it. Hardaway picks him up. Barkley outside. Back to Curry. Here's the three. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Rockets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Stephen Curry.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Kevin Durant.
He gets it in there. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. So we see Houston taking the W here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah.
La mano en la pared, fuera control y ese al revés. Que luz, baby, suéltate. Te están mirando, toca romper. So
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Now, here is James. Outside Hardaway. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Picked it! It's a one-on-one situation. Clock at 6. Releases. Lays out. And out of bounds. Houston will have it.
Substitution for the Rockets. Number 34, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Outside Johnson. Leonard outside. The kick out to Johnson. Pass to Garnett. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, the prototypical modern-day power forward comes about as a result of KG paving the way.
Hardaway with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. Shot's good by James.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Garnett. And no good.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Just 2 to shoot. Hardaway from outside. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game.
And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4.
Edwards looking for an opening. Over Butler. Edwards, no good.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Hardaway with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Outside Edwards. On the take. Off target at the rim. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. We discussed the challenges a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo presents for his defense, and coach responded saying he's a handful for sure. I told our guys to make sure we seal up any lanes to the basket and just try to make him beat us with his jumper. It won't be easy, but coach feels like they'll be able to make it a little more difficult for Giannis. Guys?
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Edwards. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. That puts him in the lead.
Well, the work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Here's Hardaway. And there's James from the arc. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Houston shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Magic Johnson.
And Johnson drops them both.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Bird. It's hauled in by Houston. In transition, here they come. The shot by Johnson, no good. Over to the wing. He shoots it. And it's Bird missing. Houston leading by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
This guy is so elusive with the ball in his hands. SGA just understands how to get off the dribble drive.
Outside Jones. Back to Payton. Pass to Bird. Will it go? The kick to Durant. The 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And Houston has possession. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. And that one drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's gotten his second bucket.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Outside Jones. Pass to Bird. Just 5 to shoot. Blocked! And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Substitution.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Howard. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Houston leading by 9.
Right here.
23 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep, Wembanyama. Offensive rebound.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Outside Durant. They still need this. Antetokounmpo with the block. And so it's Houston. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Houston's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
The aggressiveness on defense has been infectious. Everyone's come to the party. I love it.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Rose with the bucket.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
Outside Morant. The floater. Circus shot, John Morant.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Here's Rose. Uses the glass on the layup. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring. He said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie.
Substitution for the Rockets. Number 30.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Strong. finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Screen by Durant. Now Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Over Embiid. The shot by Howard, no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A. I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Substitution on the court.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Duncan. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Duncan's got his first points of the night.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Outside Curry. Wide open look. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Curry's got his first bucket in this one.
And you'd think their lead would hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
Curry with a steal. Houston leading by 12. SGA takes it himself. And it's blocked by Butler.
Boy, the size and anticipation of Jimmy Butler. He sends that one back from whence it came.
And Houston making a change here. Shot's good by Olajuwon.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Here's Johnson. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
Back to Hardaway. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And slam dunk by James.
Fierce. That is what I would call how he came off that pick and roll situation. LeBron wins once more with his aggressiveness.
Outside Johnson.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Shoots. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those. Well, nice job crashing the glass. You love to see that kind of effort.
To the wing on the left. Here's Antetokounmpo. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. James outside. .125 left in the half. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Hammers the lob through.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
What you love about Jimmy Butler is leadership is hard. There's times where you've got to say tough things to your teammates. You need guys like Butler who will do it.
So both teams making some changes here. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter. And it's getting them to the free throw line.
Gary Payton. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Left side Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Pass to Worthy. And here's Peyton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jacks up at 3. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Houston. From the high post. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Johnson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Personal foul.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. So both teams changing it up here. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Houston leading by 14. Rose outside. Outside Edwards. Back to Rose. Over Peyton. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Houston up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We'll be right back with you shortly. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And here's Johnson.
Come get it, come get it.
Missed inside.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Back to Jones. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Duncan. James with the ball. Picked up by Embiid.
They took the fun out of it. Hey, that's the lamest.